This was Officer Houston Tipping with LAPD. In May of this year, he was killed during a training. His death was ruled accidental, and the LAPD was cleared of any wrongdoing. I'm inclined to think it was murder. The training basically led to a mob attack, which is what killed him. And I'm sure it was just a coincidence that nothing was recorded that day. Now, when this story first came out, people immediately were like, what did he know? Turns out a lot. He was investigating by 4 other officers. He had reported his concerns, and one of the officers named in that complaint was present the day he was killed. But I'm sure it's just all a coincidence, right, LAPD?
In this wrongful death lawsuit, after Officer Houston Tipping was beaten to death in a training exercise meant to simulate a mob attack, his mother, Shirley Huffman, alleges that he was repeatedly struck in the head severely enough that he bled during the training activity. Tipping, who was 32 at the time, was left with multiple breaks in his neck and suffered a catastrophic spinal injury, which caused his death, the suit claims. The 5-year LAPD veteran also obtained multiple injuries that required stitches. The department said that Tipping was injured while grappling with another officer and referred to his death as a horrible accident. No one has been arrested or charged over his death. Tipping's last words were reportedly, "I can't breathe." We've heard this before. We know what this is. So not only is police in the United States the most deadly law enforcement officers in the world compared to other wealthy countries, but there have been only 10 days where they haven't killed someone in America so far in 2022. Through October 2nd, police have killed 30 more people than this time last year. Most killings by police begin with traffic stops, mental health checks, disturbances, nonviolent offenses, and where no crime was alleged. 1 in 3 killings began with an alleged violent crime. 1 in 3 people killed by police were fleeing, and there's little to no accountability. Do I need to get into the racial implications of this? Now, we've heard of the blue wall of silence, which refers to police officers' well-documented refusal to speak out against their own. But what is this? What do we call it when the blue won't back itself? Meanwhile, a large segment of this country backs them. More on this in a bit. It speaks to the nature of policing and our perception of it that when the news of this untimely death was presented, random Twitter users, no offense, wondered who Tipping was about to testify against. Don't get me started on the wording of the incident. In a previous incident, Tipping had been involved in an internal affairs investigation that involved a fellow officer bringing a chocolate penis into work as a joke. During that investigation, Tipping revealed that a sergeant had lied to internal affairs about the joke. As a result, that sergeant was fired. Attorney Brad Gage said following that, the sergeant's friends were not happy. Attorney Gage says that the friends of that sergeant were also present at the fatal training exercise. He also told DailyMail.com exclusively that the essay that Tipping was investigating occurred in a house in Northridge, California in June of 2021. At the time, Tipping wrote a report on it. During the incident, the woman said that a massage tool was used on her in the alleged crime, according to Gage. Gage added that during the alleged essay, the officers were all in uniform and that the victim was able to name 3 of the 4 after seeing their names on their badges. One of those cops was present during the training exercise. He said that the initial report on the incident did not mention essay, nor did it mention that some of those involved were police officers. If this is proven to be true, and these officers are convicted of a crime, I don't know what it's going to take for, at the very least, a larger segment of the country to reassess policing in general, their funding, this bad apples thing that people like to say, or even the motto, to protect and serve, which coincidentally came from the LAPD. For Rebel HQ, I'm Jeff Wiggins. My architect knows Japanese. For more from the Young Turks, stay right here. To see additional content from yours truly, click on the Jeff Wiggins hashtag. You can also find me on my YouTube channel, We Gonna Be Alright. Thanks for watching.